Welcome to KwikBites from Jamaica, your go-to podcast for quick, insightful conversations on the latest trends, intriguing stories, and topics that matter to you. Whether you're taking a break or on the move, we're here to keep you informed and entertained in 10 minutes or less. Let's dive in.
Island under lockdown, curfews and their consequences. Jamaica, land of wood and water. A place where the rhythm of life is as vibrant as its landscapes. Also, lately, land of curfews. The once bustling streets now echo with an eerie silence. Across the island from St. Andrew North to Westmoreland, the shadows of dusk bring with them the weight of restricted movement. The familiar hum of evening activities is replaced by an unsettling stillness. The reason? A surge in crime that has left citizens both weary and wary. Headlines scream of violence and the fear is palpable. Streets once alive with domino games and laughter now fall silent, patrolled by soldiers instead of street vendors. The vibrant community life has been replaced by a sense of unease. The government assures us it's a necessary evil, a temporary measure to curb the violence. But at what cost? The social fabric of our communities is being tested. The immediate impact is economic. Shops shuttered, markets empty, and the lifeblood of commerce halted. Businesses forced to close early. Workers losing valuable hours. The ripple effect on families and livelihoods is profound. The tourism industry, already reeling from the pandemic, takes another hit. Empty beaches and closed resorts paint a grim picture. But the less visible damage is more insidious. The erosion of trust, the normalization of fear. Conversations are now tinged with anxiety and uncertainty. The feeling that Jamaica, our Jamaica, is slipping away. The memories of a freer, more vibrant past seem distant. The curfews, we are told, are for our own good, to protect us from the chaos that threatens to engulf us, to protect us, to restore order. But the sight of armed patrols and empty streets raises questions about the balance between safety and freedom. But are we trading our freedom for a false sense of security? The tension in the air is thick, and the sense of confinement is stifling. And what happens when the curfews are lifted, but the root causes of the violence remain unaddressed? The underlying issues of poverty, inequality, and lack of opportunity still loom large. These are the questions that keep many Jamaicans up at night, their whispers drowned out by the chirping of crickets and the distant wail of a siren. The future remains uncertain, and the path to true peace and prosperity is fraught with challenges. Life behind the barricades. For many Jamaicans, the curfews are not just headlines in the news. They are the stark reality of their daily lives.
The curfew, it not easy, but what choice we have? We hafi protect we children.
Take, for instance, Miss Evadne, a single mother of 3 who runs a small food stall in Spanish Town. With the early closures, she struggles to make ends meet. Her once vibrant stall now a grim reminder of lost income. Then there's young Jerome, a promising student who dreams of becoming a doctor. The curfew hours cut into his study time, his only light the flickering flame of a kerosene lamp. He worries about falling behind, about his dreams fading with the setting sun. These are just 2 stories among thousands. Stories of sacrifice, of resilience, but also of quiet desperation. Stories that reveal the human cost of the curfews, the way they ripple through families and communities, leaving behind a trail of uncertainty and apprehension. Waterfront dreams, concrete concerns. This ambitious endeavor aims to reshape the very heart of Kingston, transforming its waterfront into a beacon of modernity and economic vitality. Amidst the gloom of curfews and crime, a glimmer of hope emerges. The city, often overshadowed by its struggles, now sees a potential path to rejuvenation and prosperity. The Kingston Waterfront Improvement Project, a multi-million-dollar initiative, promises to revitalize the city's harbor, creating jobs and boosting tourism. This project is not just about buildings and infrastructure. It's about breathing new life into a community that has long yearned for change. Gleaming artist renditions showcase a transformed waterfront, a bustling hub of activity. These images paint a picture of a future where Kingston stands as a symbol of progress and innovation. But beneath the glossy veneer, a current of unease runs through some communities. The promise of progress brings with it a wave of uncertainty and fear. Concerns about displacement, about gentrification, about the project benefiting foreign investors more than local residents, are whispered in hushed tones. These fears are not unfounded, as history has shown that such projects can often lead to unintended consequences.
We want progress, but not at the expense of our livelihoods. Our community's voice must be heard, and our needs must be met.
His calloused hands, weathered by years of battling the waves, speak of a life intertwined with the sea, a life that has sustained generations. A life he fears might be swept away by the tide of change. The sea has always been his ally, but now it feels like an uncertain future looms on the horizon. The government insists the project will uplift the entire community, providing training and opportunities for all. They argue that this development will bring long-term benefits, creating a more resilient and prosperous Kingston. Only time will tell if these promises will materialize or if the waterfront project will become another tale of progress, leaving some behind. The stakes are high and the outcome remains uncertain. One thing is certain: the project has sparked a crucial conversation about sustainable development, about ensuring that the benefits of progress reach all corners of society. This dialogue is essential for creating a future where everyone can thrive, and where the dreams of a better Kingston can become a reality for all its residents. When financial scandals hit home, the news cycle in Jamaica is rarely short of drama. From political upheavals to social issues, there's always something making headlines. But even by Jamaican standards, the Stocks and Securities Limited scandal sent shockwaves through the nation. It was a betrayal that cut deep, affecting not just the economy, but the very fabric of society.
Here was a firm entrusted with the savings of thousands of ordinary Jamaicans, revealed to be rotten at its core, riddled with fraud and corruption. The trust that people had placed in this institution was shattered overnight. Millions of dollars vanished, leaving behind a trail of shattered dreams and broken promises. Families who had saved for years found themselves with nothing, their financial security ripped away.
Pensioners saw their life savings decimated. These were people who had worked hard all their lives, only to find their golden years tarnished by financial ruin. Young couples watched helplessly as their dreams of homeownership turned to dust. Plans for the future, once bright and hopeful, now seemed impossible. The SSL scandal wasn't just about numbers on a balance sheet. It was about real lives upended, about the erosion of trust in institutions meant to protect us. It highlighted the vulnerability of the average citizen in the face of corporate greed.
The government has vowed to bring the perpetrators to justice and to strengthen financial regulations. They promise reforms and stricter oversight to prevent such a catastrophe from happening again. But for many Jamaicans, the damage is already done. The emotional and financial scars will take years, if not decades, to heal.
The SSL scandal serves as a stark reminder of the need for greater transparency and accountability, not just in the financial sector, but in all aspects of public life. It calls for a collective effort to rebuild trust and ensure that such a betrayal never happens again. The road to recovery will be long, but with determination and vigilance, a more secure and just financial system can be achieved. Jamaica, Jamaica, we sell paradise to the world, yet we can't seem to find it ourselves. Crime, a persistent shadow, has darkened our shores.
Nowhere is this more evident than in the recent incident in Portmore, where a security guard just doing his job was brutally murdered. His death, a stark reminder of the daily dangers faced by ordinary Jamaicans.
The incident sparked outrage and fear, reigniting the debate about crime and security. Some called for harsher penalties, for a stronger hand from law enforcement.
Others pointed to the root causes, the poverty, the lack of opportunities, the cycle of violence that seems to trap generation after generation.
There are no easy answers, no quick fixes. But one thing is clear: tackling crime requires a multi-pronged approach, one that addresses both the symptoms and the underlying causes.
Thanks for tuning in to Quick Bites from Jamaica Macrazy. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a bite-sized update. Share your thoughts in the comments and let us know what you'd like to hear next. Catch you in the next one.